should get any like that problems are.
Hey, describe your story.
Okay, you are already on live.
Yeah, we're already live.
Okay.
I described it already.
We're already live. Sorry, we had to change the device we're using because of NEPA power. Yeah, we're still in Nigeria.
The light for Nigeria.
Yeah, we're still in Nigeria. Yeah, we're one of the things we will have to change ourselves. Yeah, that's interesting.
That will go off now. That thing will go off now because video has ended. What's that again?
Okay, so yeah, so we're starting out here again.
If you're watching, please like and share.
Yeah, so if you're watching, please like and share, so other people will get to come up too, and also other people will get to see it even later. Yeah, because we're not just doing it for people who are coming in live now. People will be able to come and watch the video later on. And this is so nice. This is very exposing. This is where we're getting so much inspiration from this, sharing with ourselves, fellowshipping with one another. And this is what the Bible said about you should not forsake the gathering of the saints. Yeah, this is actually what we are doing. This is the real assembly. Here, there's no distraction. We're not looking at what people are wearing. We're not looking at the cards people brought to church. We're not looking at. We're not competing with each other and all that. It's just plain passion. It's a church where they tell people driving the sedans, the saloon cars to go park one side, and the guys who are driving jeep to go park on the other side. Like, all those funny things. So like I was saying, yeah. So like I was saying, yeah. Okay. So like I was saying, the teaching on life. It was actually very outstanding. I'm a very graphic person, so as he was saying it, I was seeing that train. In fact, I was seeing the movie. I was seeing the movie. That train, you get in like a very dark place in space, in eternity. Yeah, in eternity, and it's moving, and it's just moving, and all of a sudden, people are coming out. People are coming out. People are coming to earth. God's breath is entering people as people are being birthed. In earth, people are coming in, and it's for a purpose. Yeah. Okay, I've been asked to introduce the video. This is DSA Family Lagos live. We're hanging out to celebrate our mentor's birthday, DSA Golden Jubilee. And I have with me here with Choma, Greg David. Yeah. Then we've got Noel. Yeah. Got Noel here. Yeah, that's Noel. Yeah, that's Noel. Yeah, and that is Queen Bola. So, yeah. So we're sharing how we talked about how we met Pastor Sunday. We also talked about the impact of his teaching upon our lives and in various ways. So right now we're talking about what we understand as his message, how we perceive his message. So I talked about different things, about purpose, about our perception of what we came here to do on earth. So I was talking about life. So now how we see life, how I see life has changed. Life is for a purpose, and every other thing is actually by the side. In fact, the food I eat should actually help me fulfill my purpose. It should just be for the purpose of sustaining me so I can fulfill my purpose. And he's brought about a lot of clarity in everything. So this is it. I'll let some other guys talk about also what they perceive, how they perceive Dr. Sunday's teaching. So and all that. So over to Greg this time.
Hello. Greg again. In my own perspective, I can see that Pastor Sunday is just an oracle. Yeah. It's an oracle, yes. You know, like in another war.
Yeah.
It's another ghost. Because the wisdom of this man is too deep that a shallow-minded person cannot understand.
Yes.
Somebody that has shallow-minded person, somebody that can't give himself or herself access to think, cannot just understand. And like, I can't say this is just the message that changed me, you know.
Yeah.
All his messages, but something, his life has taught me a lesson. I see Pastor Sunday. Okay, I see him.
Do they have a wife here?
No, I do. We do.
I see him as how I can rate Pastor Sunday. Number one, the love he has for people.
Is it going?
Yeah, it's going now. Pastor Sunday have large heart for people. He has large heart for people. I'm surprised that I will see a GO or a senior pastor of a mega church. Like something happened yesterday when we are watching, when he come out from the limo. I want to walk on the red carpet. Automatically, Pastor Charlie just drop back and he go on hugging people.
He was working
I say,
almost everybody.
Almost everybody. He was hugging almost everybody. I say, wow, what is this?
No security, no push up.
No security, no push up. I know I'm in Nigeria. I witnessed for you to see a senior pastor in Nigeria alone.
Listen.
You will book for 1 year interval
So they say
to see one man. But this is a man that if you go to him any day,
his pay is
his door is open. Now, the truth is just that Pastor Sunday's life has taught me love. Understand?
I heard so.
Love, patience, and integrity. I know when we are talking about love, something struck me. I watched one of his video when people are shouting like they are demonstrating or something. Somebody threw banana at him, and he pick up the banana and say, "I love you."
Call him black monkey.
They call it black monkey. Take banana, black monkey, and he pick up the banana and say, "Oh, I love you." And I've seen, when he talk about people that he have, he said he's a ladder for us to climb to get to where we want to get to. He says he's a platform for us to operate where we want to operate. And something again yesterday, this man was saying, go ahead, if you can download my messages, download them, sell them, make money, use it to take care of your family. I was a Nigerian pastor or a pastor, average pastor cannot do that. Even they want to show their message on TV, it should not be maybe like 10 minutes and they say bye, they'll say to continue, order for this message.
The churches that sell their daily devotional to their members.
Understand? Churches that sell their aprons, to members to wear every month. So the truth is that, see, Pastor Sunday's life have taught me how simple life is and how simple we can just operate. And when I see Pastor Sunday, I see Christ. To be honest with you, the way he answer questions, the way he accommodate people, any day I see this man, I just say I've seen Christ in him. And that is what we, the follower, need to embrace. We, the follower, need to embrace that. So, Pastor Sunday, I'm so grateful of meeting you. I don't know how to explain it, but you are just wonderful. You are just an example to everything I can think about. Thank you for imparting my life. Thank you for imparting my ministry. Thank you for all you have done, the investment you have made in our life. And I promise you that by grace of God, we are going. We will not let you down. Thank you, and happy Golden Jubilee. Thank you, sir.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Who hasn't talked? Okay, you are. Okay,
Everybody has talked.
Okay, so right now, we want to just go straight down into what from the impact of what we've learned from Pastor Sunday, what we plan to do. Are there projects you started already, or things you want to do? Just to add to what Greg said about the message of Pastor Sunday. One of the things that really struck me, you know, how the gospel has changed to become very materialistic, and how it's all become about manipulating people. It's all become about eloquence. Now preaching and all that is like you dress in very expensive suits, very, very costly jewelry, and just come and make speech, you know. So that's what it's all become. Work on people's psychology and all that, and that's all the ministry has become. But I saw this guy who has changed the whole thing, and I weep so much for Nigeria, for Africa. I just feel so bad for Nigeria, for Africa. I feel so bad at how everything has just changed. You know, when Pastor is talking about this, he gets grieved. I just feel so bad about the church in Nigeria. Truth has actually left the church totally. It's all about manipulations. From what I learned now, I listen to many men of God, and I can just see that they are actually outrightly lying. I can no. I was going to church, and church became boring because I now know more than my pastor. Yeah, church became boring. I now know more than my pastor because someone like someone at a lower level is talking to you. You get someone who's still afraid of death, someone who's still afraid of who's still crying to God for money, for that and all that. They're like still even at the level of biomass. So it was a big problem. I couldn't just continue. So this is I feel so bad for Africa. I feel so bad for Nigeria. We are so passionate about God. We are so passionate about religion, but we are getting it wrong. And I feel so bad that because of religion, that Nigeria is not going anywhere in terms of development, because our minds have been totally locked up and locked away. Nobody can think again. We're all waiting for God to do something. Everybody's waiting for God to do something, and you get it's all about tradition and all that. I see. So it's so sad. And how the church, because of we lack the knowledge of values, how the church is promoting the wrong values and spreading the wrong values that cannot build a nation. Values cannot build. We are teaching miracle. We are telling people that they are powerless. They can't change their life. They can do nothing. That they should be waiting on God and all that. We are pointing them to how powerful God is, and we're not telling them their own responsibility. We totally absolve them from their responsibility. I feel so bad. And when I heard about the transformation project, I said, man, so long as I'm alive on this earth, I am going to be part of this thing. This won't happen in my time. It's something I've been looking forward to when it will happen. This will happen in my time, and I'm not part of it. I'll be at the center of it. I'll give up everything. You know the story of I think it was Philip. Who was it? Philip, that his brother came and told him about Jesus. That there's this man we met to and all that, and they said the guy came down from a tree and just joined him. So that's the scenario here. I am totally sold out to this vision. In Nigeria, no. I told my wife that, man, you know, while we're waiting for this release, man, that we can actually start it out. We can actually start something, start a revolution here in Nigeria. So Noel wants to add something.
Yeah. There is this gap between the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
The gap is if the poor wants to catch up with the rich, you take him.
They will never catch up.
They will never catch up. That is how the gap is in Nigeria. Now, if we keep talking about this gap, we will lose out.
Yeah.
Definitely, you cannot rule out religion that has caused this gap.
Yeah.
In fact, I could tell you that religion has made the gap so big than the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, the government has its own role.
Yeah.
Politicians has played their own role too.
Yeah.
They sold out the wrong values, like you said.
Yeah.
Just like how the church sold out miracles as a value, the politicians sold out thuggery as a value. That's the way you could get position and a mass wealth. Today in Nigeria, we're seeing people's houses become CBN, banks, right? Because the wrong values have been sold out.
Yeah.
Today the militants are carrying guns. Some people are accusing them, fighting them. Why are they carrying guns? Because the wrong values were sold out. Now if they had listened to Ken Sarowa from Ogoni then, those days, they would have known that. Look, one of the ways to tackle militancy is, look, you've got to go back to this people that gave to you. Jesus said, I did not come for the sick. No, I did not for the rich, those that are healed. I came for the sick, I came for the sinners. Now, if you want to break the word, those that are sick and sinners, it not necessarily has to do with those that sin. This normal sin that we call, fornication, stealing. You know, when a man is demented, when a man cannot think upright, that man is sick. If you cannot differentiate between good and bad, you're automatically not just a sinner, you are sick. You're dead. So these are the values where our youth has gotten into. They cannot differentiate between good and bad. What the politicians do to them is the right thing. Get into the office and mark the work. I've actually been in a service where a man of God said, steal the money, bring it to church, and we'll develop the church.
Sure.
No, I'm not just, I was like, is this the truth? You know? And I just gave my life to Christ there. Burning, serious, passionate. And one man told me that if you can steal the money, bring it to church, we'll develop this. In fact, he gave me examples of commissioners not being arrested because they stole money and developed the church. I said, let their time come. If it is Marco that was in their time, the AFCC chairman, he will have cut up with that. Exactly. So, what has caused this degeneration of value, religion, politician? I wouldn't blame. Yes, politicians make a whole bulk of the government people. But if our pastors, if our bishops, if our evangelists have preached more, emphasized more on work than miracle, I think we'll have gone far. I'll give a thumbs up to the Igbo people. They work. The Igbo people work. That is why you could see them. Yes, they are hustlers. If you tell an Igbo man to bring 10,000 now for his miracle, you will think twice, because he works. The lazy ones, because they want to go through the short corners, will rush to it.
Make it sharp.
So, Pastor Sunday's message has made me know that if you give the society the right values consistently over time, things can change.
Yeah.
Things can do what? Change. Today, all we have between the PDP and the APC is a recycling of personalities, not ideas.
Yeah.
Today, Pastor Sunday is recycling our ideas, not personality.
I think someone is asking a question.
So if our values are right, from what Pastor Sundays are teaching, which are the right values, then I bet you we are going to get the right thing done.
Should he answer?
I've heard something like that.
Okay, I think this is Ajayi Olushola. Samuel said, "Bros, can't you steal from government and bring it to church?"
Said what?
Okay, bring it to church too for church development. Wow, that's interesting. This the kind of
government.
yeah.
Did
So
Jesus steal from government?
So stealing is actually stealing, no matter who does it. That's it. Killing is actually killing, no matter who does it.
See, let me answer this guy one.
Yeah.
Like, according to Mr. Jai, what I will tell you is that it's not. I don't blame anybody for that, because it has been the idea that have been
sold to us.
Like, for example, somebody will even quote. I've seen a pastor that quote David, Jacob, and Esau, and say because Jacob was so smart, that is why he collected Esau's wealth. That is me. If you go out there and do a dubious transaction, that means you are so smart. Understand? Which is
what a doctrine.
which is out of God's agenda. Now, also, according to what has been built into us as a people in this country, as a little boy, I grew up in ghetto. Okoko is a ghetto those days, I would call it. Maybe now it's developing. If you ask a little boy there, say, would you like to be a president? He will tell you yes. Why do you want to be a president? Why do you want to hold public office? I want to eat my national cake.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Jai, the truth there is that we don't look at the government value. We look at God value. And the value,
Pastor Sunday preached it.
God value, and the value, your worldview, and the value you are going to add to your society. Forget about, you can't steal from the government and develop church. Which church you want to develop? The Church of Christ? Did Christ, okay, why not Jesus tell the disciples instead of that, go and steal from the Pharisees? Understand? Instead of they asking to pay tithe, he said go to the sea and catch a fish. You could have told them, say, you could have bold.
We need to catch fish. Jesus said, throw the net the second time. I bet you now you catch
will
fish
catch
for
more
the family
fish.
to have money.
So the truth is that it's mindset and worldview.
So I want to add to, he just mentioned something, Noah just mentioned something about when Jesus was asked to pay tax, and he said go to the fish. When I listened to Pastor Sunday and I read that passage again, it meant a whole different thing to me. I saw that these guys were fishermen, and when they were asked to pay their tax, they had to resort back to their profession, which was fishing. They had to go back to their profession, which is fishing. You know, as in, when we preach that thing in church, all we talk about is the miracle aspect of it. That he found a coin in the mouth of a fish. Oh, miracle! Oh, magic! No, but what are the principles? What are the principles? They had to resort back to their profession, their job, to what they do, and that's how they got income to actually pay their tax. So this is actually a whole totally different point of view. I had. Sorry about this. Okay, so I had a young Nigerian Christian say something like, if you give your tithe to the poor, very soon you become poor. I felt like crying. I felt like crying. I just felt like crying. I was like, man, how did we degenerate to this level? You know, the very thing Jesus was preaching against. And he gave them the parable of this good Samaritan. He said there was a man who was attacked by robbers and was there by the roadside. And he said I think a Pharisee, right? Yeah. More like a Geo in our time, passed. Bishop. And looked at this guy and said, who knows what he has committed? Who knows what God has visited him with? And walked past. Another, great man of God came past again. And they talk about a Samaritan. You know, when we say Samaritan, good Samaritan, we just say a Samaritan is actually almost like an unbeliever. Somebody who doesn't know about it. Yeah, so an outsider. So he was the one who actually stopped and saw this guy. You know what Christians now do? Christians behave like the first two guys who passed. So we see God and say, no, we can't give God our tithe. No, you can't give this person our tithe. Who knows what he has committed? And we walk past and go to church to drop our tithes and offering and all those things. The very thing, as in I just feel like if Jesus comes in our time now, we will kill him faster than they killed him. The Romans killed him because everybody will attack him and like, well, this guy is crazy or not. What's he saying? His messages
every Sunday.
I read
I don't want
the words of Jesus. I think it's in Luke, where he said,
I don't want to name anybody.
where he talked about loving your enemies. Have you ever read that passage? I read it recently and I saw a totally different thing. He said something. Jesus said something that the law, as in, it's written in the Bible. You know, some people like quoting Bible. I say, I know the Bible says the Bible. Just said it is written in the law. It's written in the Bible that you should love your enemy, love your friends, and hate your enemy. Okay, we're back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Network is bad. Yeah. Hope, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? So
Yeah, it's still going.
okay, so I'll go ahead.
Connected already.
I'll go ahead. So it's connected now, so I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So just to wrap this part up, Jesus was saying something about what the Lord said. The Lord said you should love your friends, hate your enemies. But he's saying that if you do that as a Christian, how different are you from the unbelievers, from the pagans? How different are you? He said, how different are you from the unbelievers, from the pagans? They love their friends and they hate their enemies. So then what difference are you going to make? That's the same thing. That you should be like your father. And he said something that struck me. He said we should be like our father who gives the sun to the good and to the bad. Who allows his rain to fall on the good and the bad. And I'm like, wow, I now understand it. This is what DSC have been saying. That God has given us principles. So anybody who wants to succeed in prosperity, in finance, you go learn the principles and apply it to your life and it works for you. And that this thing actually works for anybody. You know, God gives his rain and sun to everybody, to the good and the bad. He doesn't, you know, in church they tell you that if you give to the pastor, God will give you. So that more like God reserves all those things for his people, for his children. But no, that's not what God does. He doesn't reserve all those things because when he created the world, he put in all these principles to run so that the world can run on its own. So that's why anybody, even a non-Christian, an atheist, can actually apply those principles and still succeed in life. That's why we have very rich and accomplished people who are not even Christians.
Even in the, they've not been to church at all, but they are using
who don't even acknowledge God,
and
because God actually is not like us. He doesn't think the way we think. He gives his rain to the good and the bad, to the wicked and everybody. That's how it is. So now we're going to talk about the projects and the things we started doing as a result of what we've learned from Dr. Sunday. And who goes first? Who wants to share the message first? The ideas you have. So someone said that we'll start with Greg. So right, this section where we're talking about what we're doing, what we started doing, or what the plans we have ahead on this message, on spreading this message that we are getting from Pastor Sunday.
Yeah, hello everyone. Well, as I said earlier, I've been having dormant visions and dreams, but all my dreams are now they are awake. All their two eyes can see. So actually working on my relocation to Rwanda finally, and my dreams there, because I've been having this dream for so many years. Number one, we'll be having a fellowship, which is the teachings are going to be basic Pastor Sunday's teachings, the books. Like I said, we are starting from this. So from there, I'm raising a people. Number one, I have this pain for missionaries. So the pain I have for missionary is that because of the family, how am I going to feed my family, how my family children are going to go to school. So because of that, most people have this zeal for mission, but they can't go because of they are thinking about how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that. So my dream and my vision, which I've started working towards, is we will have a fund for the missionary wives and provide schools for the missionary children and train those missionaries and transfer our ideas to them, the kingdom principles, and send them out to that field to go and do the work, and their families will be taken care of. But when you come to children, like maybe if you have made a mistake, I have like 5 children, we are going to talk about that one, the amount of children that we can take care of. Maybe it's 3 or 2 of that we can pay their school fees and or have it, because in time coming we are going to have free school for them. But for now, you can give them scholarships. So those are part of the vision, because we want to take this gospel to another level, but not in that tradition, not in that tradition, normal Christian traditional way. So that has been my vision, and I'm working serious towards it. But right now, like before, I don't do this Facebook live. But since I watch Pastor Sunday and he give us, he teach with his teaching and everything, and he said start doing something now. By grace of God, right now, every Friday, I come up to do Bible study 101 with Greg every Friday from 3 o'clock. That is my only two-way again to start what I've learned, to share it with other people. So I think that'd be my vision. And before, let me tell you the truth, I have this vision for many years. If I write it down, almost 2009, 8, I have this vision, but I was afraid how to go about it. Not until I started listening to DSA. Understand? And it makes us to understand that it doesn't matter how small you started. Just start and know your value and know what you want. And I know that it's going to work out fine. So that is my 3 p.m. live. 3 p.m. live. And you can, someone is asking already. You
3
can
p.m. on Friday, Facebook Live.
3 p.m. on Friday, Facebook Live. You can just you can go on Facebook, look for Gregory David Femi. This thing will come up. My Facebook account will come up. Just add me or like me. So once I come up, you will see me. So those are my dream and my inspiration. And thank God for I'll be taking step.
Yeah, that is so great.
Thank you.
Let's Wow, what a vision. So there's this advert on Red Bull. It says Red Bull gives you wings. Yeah, so that's actually Dr. Sunday Adelaja gives you wings too. Yeah. So he's got this dream and vision, and he's been there dormant for years. But right now, he's gotten the boldness to start taking steps towards actualizing these dreams. That's actually what happens to you when you encounter Dr. Sunday Adelaja. So, we're going to talk about us. Okay. Yeah, so in case you don't know, this is my beautiful wife. And just to add to this, today is our sixth wedding anniversary.
Wow.
So
today?
Today. so that's just it. So we want to talk about our vision, because our dreams, we're working together. Everything we're doing is
together.
So
together we found Dr. Sunday, and together we roll.
In something we're in it together. So we're going to talk about ours together. The first thing is this: when we met Pastor Sunday, and we learned that you don't just set out and go out, but that you do like 70% of the work, right?
You put your architectural design.
Yeah.
You put your architectural design in place.
Yeah, that you have to actually visualize the whole thing. Put it down on paper, visualize it. So it's not like something that is vague there. So we have a lot we want to do.
Thank you.
We've put them down on paper, but we're of course working on like the whole architecture, how it's going to function, and before we take the first step. For some of them, we've actually started taking steps towards actualizing them, while a lot of them are actually still on the architecture, the building stage or the planning stage. So just I'll hand over to her. She's going to talk about them.
Hi, thanks for your wishes. I'm so excited to meet Dr. Sunday. Before we met Dr. Sunday, my husband and I, we had been into youth ministry. We had been having some skeletal sessions with young people because our jobs, we were very busy on our jobs. We are bankers, or we're bankers. So the little time we have, we try to do something with young people. But finally, when we met Pastor Sunday, it was as if Pastor Sunday just gave us the curriculum. Before now, we were struggling to get the materials, we go online, we research, we use our own experience. But when Pastor Sunday came online, I just told my husband, we are done. We just we just copy and paste. We just copy and paste because he just did all the work for us. He made it very easy. So we have a laundry list of projects that we have in the pipeline by reason of listening to Dr. Sunday in the past 1 year. We have about 15 projects and we are counting. In fact, the numbers keep increasing. Every day we are getting more ideas, and at this point, I don't know. But at the point I wanted to stop writing, but when Pastor Sunday said he had 100%, we're on track now. We're still very far. Let's keep writing. So first thing that happened when I started listening to Pastor was his books. I was so inspired reading his books, and I felt this is something that everybody around me has to get to read. And I started the book distribution. It just started like a joke, you know. I started the book distribution. I wanted people to start reading, start knowing Pastor Sunday. And as I speak to you, by the time I took count of the books that had passed through me to people since I started this book distribution thing, I had done over 500 books. It's small, but I was really amazed, you know. And I hadn't even started doing serious adverts on this thing. I hadn't even started marketing like I should. And as the days go by, I begin to see that when Pastor Sunday now said he was releasing 50 books, 50 books on his birthday, I told my husband that we've not started. We need to get to work. Work has just started. We need to push these messages into the country. And currently what we're trying to do now is we're sourcing for publishers. We've been on this project for a while. And recently we started talking to people. We started engaging people through pastor's advice and all. And some guys are coming on board now because pastor's books are coming in the numbers. And pastor said he's doing 1,000. So at the rate we're going, if we will need all the book publishers in this world to be able to move these books around. So we're trying to get more people to start publishing these books for the Nigerian market. So that's where in it right now, and the discussions are ongoing, and we're happy at the way it's going. The people are quite optimistic, and we can say that in a couple of months' time, these books will start coming into Nigeria faster than they are coming. Yes, so that's a good one. And we're also trying to have strategic partnerships because pastors' messages, because of the internet challenge in Nigeria, people are not going to be able to view these things on YouTube.
For 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yes, so what we're looking at is how to get this thing on the media, you know, and we you know, coming up with strategies. We want to see how we can put these words out there to the people in the media themselves, to get them to listen to these messages, and peradventure the ones that, you know, get sold, they will start airing these things because everybody needs to listen to Pastor Sunday. People need to hear this man. This is gold. This is gold that we've discovered, and everybody has to get to know about him. So we are on that, you know, we're sourcing for people that can take this message and put them on the media. We have to just take this word out there. Then some of the things we're thinking about too is projector shows. Yeah, you want
to talk about the audio and the CDs and DVD?
Yes, the guys will do it. The guys handling the books, we are thinking they should equally handle the audios. So because they're in that business. So by the time they get on with the books, the audios too should be in the pipeline. Then we were looking to start having projector shows, you know, in our areas, and we're welcoming people on board, as many people as are interested in this. the materials that we have, we can send them to you in your location so that you can start, showing pastors messages. It's not difficult. Just put up open air, get some chairs, put up your projectors, and you have the messages and people are listening to them. That way, this thing will just start spreading. Start spreading. We equally have an idea to engage pastors and churches, because this is where we have a challenge in Nigeria. If the churches get it right, Nigeria will be fine. So far, a few ministers are getting to read pastors' books, but we need more people on board. So we have some strategies in place to equally get the message to them. So let me allow you to read some.
Okay.
So
for Pastor Sunday's books, we looked at these books. They're actually meant for adults. But we also saw that we can actually look at these books and extract the core values, the principles, and put them in ways, in forms that children can understand. So we have a project in the pipeline where we will translate it into children's books, so that we actually get these kids young, catch them young. So it will be in materials, and just put in small formats where we sell out these values to kids from a very tender age. And of course, we push this into schools, and eventually we hope to have the curriculum, the school curriculum, that we can actually start equipping the young generation, the upcoming generation. So that is for the children's books. Then we have a project, an interesting project. It was born out of listening to Pastor Sunday. I call it the African Reorientation and Value Entrenchment Project, ARVEP. So what's this all about? It's all about pushing the right values in Africa, and the scope is not just Nigeria; it's Africa. Like entrenching the right values, and this comes from the knowledge that if the value is actually projected from platforms for a long time, before you know it, there will be transformation. There is transformation because people act based on their values, their value system. When you act against your value system, your conscience will prick you. But naturally, people will act in ways consistent with their value system. So, and the problem in Nigeria is that even from the churches, even from the pulpit, the wrong values are projected, and people have imbibed this thing. So while we are praying for good things to happen, we actually don't know that we are the ones preventing the things we want to see happening from happening. So we're going to strategically actually push values from platforms. And how are we going to achieve that? We're going to have a website where we do short videos, like if you know about what they call the Prager University, something run in the United States by Dennis Prager, where they are pushing values, Republican values, called Republican American values, to the society, because a lot of the values of the founding fathers are lost already in America. So they are projecting this in short videos, 4 or 5 minutes videos. They are getting people, professors, authorities to come and share their values and experience and all that. So we'll have a platform like that, and on this platform we're going to engage influential people like comedians, and teach them to infuse values into what they are teaching. We will meet influential people in the country. We even would want to pay popular musicians, to actually sing about values. So it's exactly very key. We would work with the advertising and media houses to push our values in every possible way, so that in Nigeria people will be seeing values. As they are walking on the road, they see it on billboards, they see it everywhere. The advertorials, everything will be projecting value, and this will be sustained for a period of 10 years, 10 good years. So that is actually a very massive, huge project called ARVP. Okay,
we recently also started a club for youth, and meetings have been ongoing, and we intend to support that club with school drives. Okay, so the plan is to start moving into schools, share with them these teachings from pastors' messages and books, and that way begin to attract more people into the club. And the whole aim is also the whole value thing that we're talking about, because we've seen that the challenge the country has is the value system is faulty. If we restore the value system of our young people, we will get it right. So we intend to continue to attract more young people into the club through the drives in schools, so that we'll be able to replicate the same process in other states in the country.
Okay, let me talk about the wisdom hour. We want to actually introduce in schools, secondary schools, primary schools, what they call the wisdom hour, more like their moral instruction time, where we come and share these values that we learn from Pastor Sunday and his books. So it's going to be set up in such a way that NYC coppers can buy into it and start taking it up as their community development project. And we have something else, that's really interesting. We call it a community read project. Now, we see that in rural communities where people cannot read and write, in those very rural, poor communities, that these values can actually impact them and change their lives. So we're looking for, we're looking to set up a community read project where anybody who wants to volunteer can actually go, gather these people maybe in the evening time in communities and read and translate this book. Either in languages they understand, they read in English and translate in the local languages, or they get a translator to read and translate this thing. So it will be done like a chapter by chapter, and bringing this message down in people's language, in the way they understand it and all that, and getting them to imbibe this. And we believe that when they start imbibing these values, that it will transform their lives. You see people coming out of poverty when they start listening to things like poverty mindset versus abundance mindset, and you bring it down to them, and they know that you don't have to be things like if you're good you become rich, if you're those basic things, those myths about wealth and money and all that. We bust those myths and pass across them the right values about finance and all that. We can actually transform their life. So that is that.
Okay, we want to let other people share their projects.
Yeah.
We actually have a long list.
So
and we don't want
come back to you.
we don't.
so we're gonna share.
We want to move to Noel. Noel had been sharing some ideas. Before now. So let's.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs.
Shema. Uche. Yeah. It's easy to have. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So
it's easy to have friends. It's not easy to have quality friends. Quality friends make your life easy. Makes your life easy. And that's why most of the things I will be sharing will walk around the people I've met in Pastor Sunday's Adelaja's platform. I have a whole lot of great ideas, but keying into an idea that will propel you and give you speed gives you quick accomplishment. When Transformation Agenda came by Pastor Sunday Adelaja, I was like, yes, I've seen a Messiah that can make this drive go into the rural area. We all know that every preacher, everyone, be it a preacher or not, wants to end up in an urban area where he or she has a good house in a port, in a good serene environment like PGC, Lekki, Festa, Ikoyi, steal money and go to Banana Island. But thank God for Pastor Sunday Adelaja that have given us values to live for. One of my ideas is to see how I can key into Victor Afolabi's work, help inject into the brilliant work he's doing. And what do I mean? Many of the students coming up from the secondary school level, right? Many of them actually don't know why and what they will be doing after secondary school. Many of them. Again, many of our politicians don't know why they should be voted into office. Many citizens don't know why they should vote this personality into office. And that is why I'm equally going to partner with Afolabi again. See how I can come in contact with Chioma also to see how they can educate women.
Exactly.
Now, I don't mean the women, the working class women. Actually, most of them could know what to do, one or two things to do. But when it has to do with the market women, the traders, these people that has children to train in school, that wants the children to go into the university, but they don't have the will to do, they are selling. Now, why did I mention that class of women? Because they don't know why they are voting this person into power. Do you know how much your counselor for education gets to run the scholarship? Do you know how much comes to your counselor in charge of agriculture to implement certain agricultural projects from the federal? And do you know how much they give them? 1,000 naira, 500 naira. And they'll be coming into